Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is a special edition of the AFC Championship game on EA Sports. Up next, we've got a good one on tap between the visiting Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Houston Texans and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And this one's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. This offense has a lot to account for, but at the top of the defense's list is OBJ.
I'm not sure how you really game plan for him because no matter what you do, he finds a way to uncover himself downfield. And the speed gets it from his mom, a former sprinter at LSU.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Benardrick McKinney is one of the tallest inside linebackers that you'll see in the game, but he has the bulk to go along with it. Now, I do think that his height is actually an advantage for him. It used to be that you're worried about tall guys inside because they had to fight off low blocks, but I think his ability to see into the offensive backfield, see what's going on, and read it, allows him to diagnose plays quicker and get there in a hurry.
He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Texans now for their first drive. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
With DeAndre Hopkins, I think anyone who's calling plays for him has zero limitations. And what I mean by that is he's a guy you can move outside, you can move him inside, play him on the left side, on the right side. It doesn't matter. Some guys, they have to have the ball in a certain spot. Not Hopkins. Long, short, intermediate. He just wants the football. And then after that, he usually does some pretty good damage with run after catch.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And he spins away. And he gets it here to right around the 20 before he's out of bounds. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run.
He's got him in. Complete. Give him 32 play.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's got this down almost to 20 before he... Another hitter there. This one good for 18.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incomplete. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. Boy, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and no run back here. This will be a touchback. Comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you have nerves at the start of a game, it's going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
From the 31, Watson over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. Second is AFC time, and he's got a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up 9.
Check.
This is Hunt on the draw play. Yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass the running play.
Watson, the middle secured by Gordon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
Come on, fellas.
That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Myles Garrett. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So 2nd and long, and got to be not to fall out of field goal range. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Now it's Watson. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on now he gets involved in the pass.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't put the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting, continue to do so.
Yeah, because they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got wide open. It's tally that number 1 for him in the AFC Championship. It's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
180. Check 41. Ricky.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be sewn. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard. That'll make it 3rd. The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be taken with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard. Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down. Mayfield now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st down here. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Well, if you do coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
Right there.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding position, and tackling.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he will have a touchdown. In for the score. And the Texans have taken the lead. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. The last time they had a little bit of a special takedown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A toss play to Chubb. 7 yards there, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, and into the hands of Landry. Get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Throwing again to down. Over the middle by Meredith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Maybe now 11 through the air, 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he goes down before getting the 9 to 25. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his offseason on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. A 9-yard touchdown there. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
Is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They must get out of the drive.
Take it. Just, you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes were available and put the ball on the receiver before any to step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Strong right. You got 4.
Watson off the chip. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
Let's go, baby.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they realized that they've established run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Throwing, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Let's keep it up, guys.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports half report in a bit. The coach is usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 30, first and 10. Mayfield. He's got Njoku over the middle. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Mayfield now. This is the tight end, Njoku. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more there and another first down. Mayfield brings him up first and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to begin the first half. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So this time the protection up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And now out comes Houston. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me...
And now on the pitch, the ball loose. And this is by the Browns. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Njoku, but second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm glad they just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel and imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5.
Let's go. Do it.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. The knee gets to the line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So, yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. One more half to the takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Call side Hopkins. Call that a strong gain of 24.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Back to throw, Watson. Throwing the out route, and Gordon. And they'll get this past midfield before being just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Hunt. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some block or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to have first down as he's going to be tackled at the 16. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back. Instead, he kept it and ended up taking a loss on the play.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with third and about 6 yards to go. To throw is Watson on third down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty? I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Mayfield. And it's been a good... The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Mayfield. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. A second down throw for Mayfield. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down. Another first down as this aid at the Texans 28. They toss it left side to Chubb. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
55, my God, 55.
And now Field on the bootleg. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his second touchdown renewed. And they're going to tack on to their advantage. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they're really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Elliott on for the extra point. And the up to 18 now. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. Watson now to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling your throws downfield every day in practice. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a lower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Second down. It's Johnson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach of the game. Definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar. And they get to him quickly here as he's right around the 13. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it to the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always themselves just hanging, just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Single. Watch 8-9, watch 8-9.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. That's complete. It's Gordon. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's taken down inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 bind on those last 2 plays.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And now a throw on 1st down, but it's incomplete. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson got his man complete over the middle. That's Dixon. And they're going to have another 1st. He's going to be tackled at the Browns 16.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Cut on the right.
From the red zone now, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Mike Daniels coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. A shotgun snap for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback. Nowhere to this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. On the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a momentum play.
They go play action here on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Mayfield now. Perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mayfield. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. Well, clear running situation. Trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Here's Mayfield running the option right. And an alley to run. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, you know, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots. And that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had a great drive go time. They were moving the ball. All of a sudden, it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you, Tony. But if anything, more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. They tried the second down, Esfel. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw is Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. So from the 39, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got?
To the air yet again, Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. About a yard out of that last complete. And that makes us 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. To the right side and complete to Thomas. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Watson looks to throw again. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. They got a yard on first, 2 on second, and 3 here on 3rd. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now it's Watson. And it is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And a great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Give him 6 yards in the 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without them. Well, our number 1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here. Do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Another throw on 2nd down. This one incomplete as well. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop over 30 ticks in the football game.
Here's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand. All they're going to want to do now is one back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
And the AFC champion has been crowned onto the Super Bowl. There cannot be a better feeling than this.
It's almost indescribable. And when we talk to players from the past, a lot of them mention getting to the Super Bowl, winning a conference championship, even before they